welcome to the Pelvic Power Podcast. My name is Penny, and I am the host of this lovely space. I am a pelvic floor yoga teacher who teaches people with pelvic pain how to use movement, breathwork, and body awareness to ease and manage their pain while living a pleasurable life. In this space, we'll be talking about all things taboo because we love it, and how to support your lovely pelvis and your lovely self on this journey that you are on. I'm very happy that you are here, and I hope that you enjoy this episode. Welcome back to another episode of the Pelvic Power Podcast. I'm very happy that you are here today. So this episode is actually an extension of what we're doing for Lycosclerosis, the summer list or the series. So I said that I might make a podcast episode on this very specific topic, and I also teased it a little bit on TikTok, so I figured, okay, we are making the podcast episode today. We're talking about we are being sexy. We're being sexy this summer. And I said that when I added this one to the list, I didn't really figure out why at first, and then it hit me why I added this one. Because I think it's super important to connect with what makes you feel sexy, what makes you feel confident, what makes you feel radiant. So, what makes you feel sexy? Maybe you're like, what the fuck? I don't know, Penny. This is such a stupid question. Is it though? Is it really? Because I find that this is something that we should talk about. This is something that we should investigate. We should make it into a little bit more fun in life because we're here to have fun. You are more than your pain. You are more than your pain. How can we investigate in supporting your pain from all different angles of your being? So today we are talking about what makes you feel sexy. And I've made a little list. At first, I thought I was going to start the podcast episode without a list, but then I realized, no, I'm just going to forget what I want to say, but also there's probably going to come up stuff as we're talking about this today. I woke up this morning and I was like, yeah, I'm going to record this podcast episode today. So here we are. Welcome. I'm very happy that you're here, as always. Okay, so I've made a little list for today's episode. These are what makes me feel sexy. So, in hopes that maybe it will inspire you a little bit of dipping a toe in your own sexiness, or what makes you feel confident, what makes you feel more wanted for yourself and your entire self. Not just physically sexiness, but what makes you feel oomph. What makes you feel oomph in your being, confidence wise? What makes you feel powerful? What makes you feel fiery? What makes you feel like you are that bitch? You are that goddess, because you are. I've said that so many times. You're a goddess. We're all goddesses in this space, and that's what we're working out of today. So first off, making your shower experience into a sexy experience. I actually heard this on TikTok, and this girl was talking about how romanticize your life more and just like make yourself feel more juicy in life. And she was talking about showering. And that's one of the things for me. I really like a good shower, like to lather myself up. But she was saying, this is something I've started doing since I heard this TikTok. Do it in the dark so that your senses, your hearing and your touch is increased instead. So they become more heightened. And that is also you tuning into the senses and then also tuning into pleasure along the way. Doing it in the dark, you can light some candles to make it extra sexy and focus on your body, touching your body, noticing your body, being with your body, appreciating your body for in the physical sense, like in the exterior, instead of we often go inwards in yoga, but here just focusing on how your body feels, how it feels to touch your thighs. And this is also a very grounding practice to do this. So there's many different components that are coming into this point here, but just like using touch touching your body, feeling your hands against your thighs. That's very grounding. That's a very great way to make yourself feel more in the present moment and also land in more of a sense of safety. So that's also something that you can do. For example, when you're going to be intimate with someone and maybe you're feeling a little bit like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. Okay, can you start touching your thighs? Notice your thighs. Feel your body beneath your hands. Just so you get that more of a contact with yourself. So, shower in the dark, candles optional. After the shower, put on a nice little oil, something that makes you feel something that makes you feel sexy, radiant. I am not much for perfume per se. I like to use a lotion or I use just an oil that I can massage into my body. And take your time massaging your body. This is something that you can add in with your pleasure practice as well. If you find that your pleasure practice helps with the sense of, oh, I'm feeling sexy, I'm feeling confident, I want to explore my pleasure today, I want to explore my senses, but you can add that in too. So you can start with your body, lotion yourself up, and just get into a sense of like, yeah, okay, I'm landing in my body. I'm feeling more confident. This feels really nice. And then maybe, perhaps, if it's your jam, move in to your pleasure practice because that's a really nice segue as well. But find something that makes you feel luxurious. Something I use essential oils, for example. I walked into the elevator this morning and there were two men in the elevator. I walked in and they're like, "Oh, thanks for making the space smell so nice." And I didn't know that they were talking to me because I was on my phone and I looked up. I was like, "Are you talking to me?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't wear perfume, but I use oils and some of my sexy oils. One of them is patchouli. It makes me feel very sexy." And that's what I was wearing. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what patchouli does for you and also makes you feel very grounding." So yeah, find a scent that makes you feel sexy, that makes you feel more like yourself, your most confident self. Then, one thing for me as well is that when I washed my hair, I always feel more sexy. I always feel more confident. Like I'm a sweaty bitch. I'm out here, I'm teaching so many hot yoga classes per week. I am always sweaty. My hair is always sweaty. And I never know, I can never figure out when the fuck to wash my hair. So I wash my hair way too much because it's a confidence thing. It makes me feel like I can throw my hair around and just, feel good. People often ask me, "Oh, did you cut your hair?" And I'm like, "No, I just washed it. That's it. I put a comb through it. I didn't cut my hair. I just washed it." But that makes me feel sexy. I like my hair products and I like to feel like my hair is clean. That makes me feel sexy. So it's all these small things. Like it doesn't have to be like something major or something big, like oh your body has to look a certain way. Nothing like that. Like what makes you feel sexy? All these small things that you have in life that helps you to support you in feeling sexy. Then moving into something or moving on to something that might be a little bit more connected to feeling sexy, we're going to talk about underwear. People often talk about lingerie, and seeing that we're in this space and we live with pelvic pain, and sometimes I don't know, I had this idea when I was in my early 20s, like the only way to be sexy is to wear sexy lingerie, and I would wear them and they would hurt. And that's not sexy at all. And then I felt like I was missing out on something, but now I kind of made it my own. Cause like I can wear specific underwears. I wear Hoo Ha. That's my favorite. I'm obsessed with this brand. They make my vulva feel really good. I can even wear a thong in that brand. I couldn't wear a thong for the longest time because of my surgeries, because of scar tissue, but I can wear a thong in this brand. And they have a bunch of different beautiful colors that you can wear. Like I'm a purple kind of gal. They have purple colors, lavender, so pretty, love it. But also living with lichens I moisturize a lot and that can ruin underwear. So I just leaned into black. And there's a scene that I always think of from 10 Things I Hate About You. If you haven't seen this movie, go see this movie, okay? Go watch this movie. It's from the 90s. I think it's 99 or 2000 maybe. Heath Ledger. Oh, miss him so much. But they're talking about this one guy, he's trying to like date a girl, and they want to make sure that the girl's sister is dating someone so she can date someone because their dad has a rule. And they're in her room and they pull out her underwear and the girl's like, she has black underwear. And the guy goes, so what? She's like, no, that means that she wanna have sex someday. He's like, no, she might just like the color. No, she wanna have sex someday. Like I think of that scene every time. But now I just wear black underwear. And it makes me feel really sexy because I feel confident and comfortable in that brand. And that's what we want. Like fucking ripping, repping, repping a lace thong or a cheeky little half underwear that just has a seam in the crotch. Like nothing makes me feel less sexy. Like the pain, fuck, it's just going up into the crotch. Like, no, not a fan. That does not make me feel sexy. However, this brand makes me feel sexy. So we're going with it. So find underwear that make you feel sexy, that make you feel comfortable and confident. Like it doesn't have to be the specific, this is what it's supposed to look like. How does it feel in your body? How do you feel? Do you feel sexy in the underwear that you're wearing? It's a valid question. It's a valid question. Look into that. Now I can't stop touching my hair because it's just newly washed and I feel so pretty. So, moving on to the next one. Got naked yoga. Big shocker. I know. However, this was something that I started to invite in because of my lichens because I couldn't wear pants. But it's also a form of empowerment. And several of my students have started doing this online. So, in the beginning of every online yoga class, we check in with each other, we have cameras on, we're talking, chatting, and then we turn the cameras off. And some people do it in the nude because it makes them feel empowered. And some people are even doing it in front of the mirror because they like to explore their body that way. Because sometimes we are so programmed into how a sexy body, and I said that in quotation marks, how a sexy body should look. But there's so many different beautiful body types. There's so many different beautiful body types. And I feel like we need to honor that more and also get comfortable with how our body looks. Like sometimes the way that you're looking down on your body, other people aren't seeing it that way. So yeah. So one thing you can do is in front of the mirror. I was going to share something else, but I was like, maybe that's a little bit too vulnerable. I don't want to wake up with a vulnerability hangover tomorrow, so I might say that for the future. But doing it in front of the mirror, just see how your body moves and just how it feels and how beautiful it is in all its glory. And maybe that's scary to you, and I get it. I do. Like this takes practice, but maybe you start with like, just your pants off. Like it's not like you by now you've already looked at your vulva in a mirror. We are going to Greece, baby. Next year in 2026, I'll be hosting a Pilates and yoga retreat. Between July 24th and 31st, we'll be going to hang out in Crete together. The early bird price for my community is $18.50, and this includes the accommodation, group transportation to and from the airport, dinner at a different restaurant every evening, breakfast daily, a Greek cookout, cooking class, a speedboat trip to the Belus Lagoon, don't know if I'm saying that right, and Gramavusa Island, probably butchering that. We're going to an olive oil facility and a day trip to Ala Fasano Beach, which is voted the world's best beach, day trip to Falasarna Beach, and it includes daily yoga and Pilates classes. The early bird price is available until August 15. Only a $500 deposit is required by that date to reserve your spot, and the remaining balance isn't due until March. Let's go to Greece together. I cannot wait to see you there. It's not like you spread eagling. I had to record that part because I lifted my leg up and I basically just flashed the camera. Why am I doing that when I'm wearing a skirt? But it's not like you're spread eagling in front of the mirror. You're just like moving your body, doing some yoga, and just feeling into your body. Do it naked. Like, if anything, my friend yesterday, she's like, I want to adopt two kids, move out into like in the middle of nowhere, just have a garden and a bunch of cats. And I'm like, can I come? She's like, yeah, we could do yoga in the garden, in the backyard. I'm like, we could do yoga naked under the full moon. Like I always take it to the nakedness because it's just like feeling good in your body. I love being naked. I love being naked. And there's certain parts of my body that I do not like as much, but I'm working on it. and working on feeling sexy and appreciating my body for what it is. And your body is carrying you every single day. Even though you hate on it so much, it carries you every single day. So show it some appreciation for what it's doing for you, how it's showing up for you, even on the days when you do not like it as much. It's a beautiful vessel. Yes. With naked yoga too, like there's certain poses that just makes me feel sexy or like turned on. One of them being puppy pose. I don't know why, like I cannot explain it, but if you've done puppy pose before, it's when you are on all fours, but you're reaching your arms towards the front, and your pelvis stays stacked on top of your knees, and you're kind of dropping your heart, your forehead is resting on the floor. Like it, and relaxing your belly in this position, you can feel that stretch through the pelvis and it's like or through the body into the pelvis, and it's kind of like you can feel it into your clit. I don't know why, but that pose just makes me feel sexy. And that's also another thing when you're being intimate with someone and you're having sex with someone, and you might get a little bit into your head that your body isn't good enough. They're already naked with you. They fucking love your body. They're already naked with you. They are fucking lucky to be naked with you. Do yourself a service and relax your belly. If you like to do it doggy style, relax your belly. Pay attention to if you're sucking in your belly because you think that your belly isn't good enough. That will also impact your pelvic floor. That will impact if you live with pain, that will put tension onto your pelvic floor. See if you can relax your belly. Puppy pose, perfect for that one. You can do that one. You can do puppy pose, like we call it doggy style, and then puppy pose, like it's the same, you know? So you can do that one, relax your belly, focus on that relaxation, and invite it in. It's so juicy. I love that pose. If you haven't done that pose before, I definitely recommend it. If you need any guidance on that, reach out to me. I would love to explain it to you. Since I'm wearing a skirt, I'm not just gonna pop up and do it here right now on the couch. But if you want to learn more, reach out. I'd love to teach it to you. It's just such a nice pose. I don't know why. I just love it. I just love it so much. Okay, so moving on from being naked in front of the mirror, moving on to being naked in front of the camera without pressing record. If you want to, you can press record. Like, that is totally fine. You can make a little video of yourself, but keep it hidden, you know? But sometimes this is one thing that I do. I haven't actually shared any. I don't think I've shared this with anyone before. So one thing that I do, I put on my underwear that I feel good in. Maybe I just put on a pair of yeah, underwear like panties and not a bra, so I'm topless. And then I set up my camera, but it's pretty close, like it might be on the bed. And then I move back and I'm like, I'm looking at myself through a different lens, it feels like. I'm not recording, I'm looking at the camera, I'm moving in a way that makes me feel good. Maybe I'm doing a couple yoga poses, maybe I'm touching myself in a certain way. And some of you might not feel comfortable with this. That is totally fine. But it's also your body, and your body is amazing, it's beautiful, and it's a sexy body. So, feeling your body, noticing where your body is in space, touching yourself, and just like move in a way that makes you feel sexy, that makes you feel wanted. Exploring your curves and how your body moves and how it feels under your hands, how it looks in the camera. To me, for me, that's very healing. And I used to have a hard time in front of a mirror most of the time when I was younger, but in front of a camera, I don't know, I feel sexy somehow, like I pretend like, I'm the sexy dancer. I make it into a whole show for myself. No one fucking knows about it here. And that's fine, except for now the world knows because here I am on the podcast talking about it. But just make yourself feel sexy, move in a sexy way, and it's just for you. It's just for you to make yourself feel confident in your body. And then the last thing is that I've put on here is sexy pictures. And maybe you have someone to send them to, maybe you do not. But how can you, I'm not talking nudes, make it into a creative project. Like, I love taking pictures like these. If I'm feeling myself, I'm ovulating, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take these pictures of myself because I feel really good. I look really good. I'm fucking hot. We're sexy. We're out here. Take pictures. It doesn't have to be like front full. Okay, I'm just gonna take a nude here. How can you make it more sexy? How can you look at yourself as a sexy person, as a sexy goddess? Because that's what you are. You are a fucking sexy goddess. And don't let anyone else make you think anything else. But also, if you're in a relationship, you don't have to put your face in the picture. Maybe this is such shitty advice that I'm giving out right now, but I love taking pictures like these. But I don't ever put my face in them ever because of that reason. I am such a bad role model right now. Maybe, I don't know. But you are hot and you deserve to feel hot. Take sexy pictures. You are only going to be this age once. People are always like, oh, body parts are falling down and, the body's not the same as it was. You're going to continue to say that for the next 40 years, depending on how old you are. But you're going to say that next year. Oh, I wish I would have appreciated my body last year. I wish I would have appreciated my body 10 years ago. Take some pictures and just be like, damn, I look good. I look fucking hot because we're always striving for something that we used to have, and we used to hate our body back in the day. Like when I was 25, fucking hated my body. And now when I'm 35, I'm like, oh, I feel like my boobs were a little bit perkier when I was 25. Like you're always looking back at like pictures and you're like, oh, fuck, I looked good, but you didn't appreciate your body at the time. So start taking these pictures now, and then also you're going to realize you're going to find a little bit more appreciation for your body right now and what it can do and how hot it is because it's a hot fucking body. And then in 10 years, you're going to look at those pictures and be like, damn, that girl could have been a swimsuit model. And I know it. Sports Illustrated, here we come. But you know what I'm saying? Just have fun with it. Make it creative. Show a little nip. And, take sexy pictures in your sexy underwear. Like, make it fun. Like, have fun because fun is sexy. Having fun is sexy and it makes you feel more safe, it regulates your nervous system. You're just feeling a lot more in tune with yourself. This is fucking weird that I'm sharing this on the podcast. I'm sorry if this does not jam with you, but this is just how I live my life and I want to share it with you. So, I'm very happy that you're here though. But those are some things that you can do to make yourself feel more sexy. Is there anything else that you would add to the list? I got some comments on TikTok. One of them I remember being just not wearing underwear at all. That makes them feel sexy. That makes them feel sexy. And I also saw another TikToker. She was oh she was saying that I just want to wear like a nightgown at home. And to me, that is next level of sexiness. Some people might not look at it that way, but it's very bushy. You're feeling very confident. You're just walking around in these sexy little slip-on nightgowns. I could never sleep in that though. Like I sleep butt naked, but also I use castor oil. I used all different oils on my body when I go to bed. I will stain anything within within my vicinity. So, but do things that make you feel sexy. It can be the small thing. It doesn't have to be like, do something with your body. I mean, yeah. There's so many things that you can do to make yourself feel sexy, more confident. I wish I could ovulate every fucking day of my life, but I cannot. I would not have been able to record this episode a week ago. I was a fucking mess because I was on my period. Now I'm walking into my follicular phase and I'm like, let's go. And another thing that I want to share too, I mentioned this is the year that I'm reclaiming my boobs. And I'm adding this in to well, I share that this is the summer of titties, and I've shared that on TikTok too. And I'm adding this into this podcast because I know the ones that are listening to this, you're here for a reason. And I'm very grateful that you are here. And for me, I love my boobs. I think my boobs are one of my best features. I love my boobs. I've always said that. My boobs are one of my best features. And I've always felt like society, if I'm showing too much boob, I've always felt really insecure because there are men with not such good intentions out there. And this summer, I just felt like, you know what? These are my boobs. This is my body. I like my boobs. I'm reclaiming my boobs as a sense of I'm fucking sexy. I'm hot. Fuck these men. Like, fuck these men. I'm gonna make it my own. They can fucking stare as much as they want to, but this is my body. I'm not gonna fucking hide away my body because of men. It's also funny too because like men are always like, oh, women are just showing off because they just want male attention. Dude, if there were no men on this planet, I would fucking be walking around naked all the time. I would be walking around naked all the fucking time. But alas, here we are. But this is why it's the summer of titties, because I'm reclaiming a part of myself to reconnect with my own sexiness, in a sense. And that's what the summer of titties is all about. And I love it. I love it over here. It's the best. So it's just one little step along the way. But I want to ask you, what makes you feel sexy? What makes you feel confident? What makes you feel radiant? What makes you feel powerful? What makes you feel powerful? What makes you feel like you are the goddess that you are? Because you are a fucking goddess. We're all goddesses. And sometimes it's so easy to forget, especially when we walk around with our freaking menstrual cycle fucking it up, but also when we live with pelvic pain. And I know that it can be super hard to remember that power that you have within you, but you do. That power is always there. And you're a sexy being, and you deserve to be sexy. But if you had any epiphanies today, any pennyisms, any golden nuggets that you want to share with me, feel free to reach out to me. You know where to find me. And until next time, remember to look after your beautiful body.